Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going over a really good team that I stole from, I'll link him down below, I forgot his name now. The team is Wormadam to handle the poison types, and it does that quite well, with Confusion being super effective, and it's very bulky and double resisting poison with the steel typing, and double fairy. Now, you might think that fairy in a meta that has just got poison everywhere is terrible, but yeah, no. Clefable is running Medium Mash and Psychic, so it can actually work really well as a safe switch to draw out the poisons and then hopefully grab a shield advantage, or at least get it low so Wormadam can farm it down afterwards, come out with energy that it can then use. Bug Buzz hits pretty hard on everything, and Iron Head, is really good to cover the weakness to rock. Well, part weakness, and then Wigglytuff in the back. Normally we're saving 2 shields for Wigglytuff to hopefully charm through Dragon or Greninja, or even like maybe not a Fortress, but like a Scizor or something. You can do pretty well because charm just hits so hard, and Wigglytuff is actually rather bulky. So let's get into the battles. First lead, we have Greninja. We have 2 much better answers in the back, right? So we're going to swap into Clefable, hopefully draw something, and here's the Toxapex. So this is actually a really bad matchup. Even 2 shields up, you lose, because you just don't make it to 3 moves and you get farmed down. So what I started to notice here is this second Psychic just gives me less farm on Wormadam. So I should either undercharge it or maybe throw a Medium Mash to just bait it, because they can just farm me down here. But because they were a bit slow on the swap, I actually make the Medium Mash, and this is amazing. We're going to get a shield now, and this is perfect, right? This energy is not going to do anything into Wormadam, but they want to keep switch because they probably know that I have a better answer into their Greninja. So they're going to get off their 2 moves. It hardly does anything to Wormadam, but we're not going to get much farm now, which is kind of sad, because if I got up to a Bug Buzz, I could get their second shield, yeah. So they're going to throw a move here. There's probably nothing that hits much harder than a Greninja. So they're going to bring in Charjabug, and this is so silly on me. I know that their Greninja has a bit of energy, so I should save the shield. I mean, they end up baiting me, which is even worse. But I should be saving the shield for the Hydro Cannon, because they're going to be doing much more than a discharge from Gulf, if they even threw discharge. So they end up baiting me and getting to a second move here, but they must be running a single move or running Crunch. And now I thought they were going to throw 2 Water Shurikens, so I was going to swap in second, and there's no ways we're getting to 2 moves here or farming them down with the Dark Sub-typing. So close game, poor play by me. If I save that shield, we easily win this. Guzzlord lead. So we also have 2 better answers in the back, and the Worm doesn't really do too badly into that. So they end up staying in. I'm just going to throw immediately because I want to pressure this thing a bit to try and get a shield or get it low, which might be silly because maybe saving the energy is a better idea. They end up throwing a Sludge Bomb, and they're going to farm me down now, Toxapex. So that was kind of strange play by my opponent, because they could have just come straight into Toxapex and easily win that, but now their Guzzlord is pretty low. Toxapex comes back in. Now Toxapex does 20% with the Brine to Wormadam, and Wormadam's doing also only resisted for charge move damage back. So an Iron Head does about 14% and a Bug Buzz about 20%. So yeah, not great. They end up shielding, and this is super crazy. So I'm going to end up shielding this. Also, we know that Guzzlord's energy is kind of walled by well, it has Sludge Bomb, but it's going to get charmed down before it gets there, right? They end up coming back in to catch this move, and I mean, they switch lock now, so I can now choose which alignment I want. They have a Dragalge here. I'm just going to swap into my Wigglytuff. Unless they build up to a Gunk Shot, I don't need to respect it. Now, these battles are from 2 days ago, so on the day, I saw 0 Gunk Shot Dragalges, and that just gets so hard walled. The Aquatel does so little, and you just charm them down so easily. They come back in with Toxapex in equal effectiveness. The Disarming Voice is much more, well, not much more, but it's a bit more energy efficient. So that's what you want to be throwing. And we're going to get to this Iron Head now and be able to take out this. So yeah, I guess our line just completely hardwalls their line. Zweilous lead. A lot of dark leads. We have better answers in the back, right? So we want to get out their poison. Again, there's the Toxapex. They swapped out much faster this time, so I'm definitely not making 3 moves. So we're going to get to the Psychic. And some of these Toxapexes obviously don't know this matchup because you don't see it often, but you don't need a shield list. And some of them did, which is great, right? Yeah, like that. I mean, if you get the defense drop on the first one, then they might need a shield the second one, but they would have survived and farmed me down there and just given less farm to my Wormadam. So it's actually bad if they no shield that for me. But I'm going to come in here and just get a huge farm down. And now they're a shield down and this Bug Buzz is going to basically one-shot their Zweilous, right? So that's a huge problem for them. So they're in a pretty bad spot. They get to a third move here, and I'll consider shielding because I don't know what's in the back. If it's another poison type, Wiggly's got no play. It ends up being a Cough for Kriegers, and you're going to see if it was Psychic, you know, they'd have some play. But it's running Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball, so they are just completely hard-walled. Gonna just throw the Disarming Voice here, but this game is long over. So this is just a formality that we're finalizing the game, yeah. Pretty slow. Wigglytuff is really thick, and there's a lot of Shadow Claw users and Dragon fast move users, and the fairies really do super well into those. Obviously things like Nidoqueen are going to be a huge issue. Here we see a Dragalge, and our whole team beats this. So at some point I would like to swap out. What I learned, the games that I lost with this team, is if you let your... Oh, they outrage there, which doesn't do much. If you let your Wormadam get too low and they have something in the back that beats your fairies, and you can't fast move it down, you're in huge trouble, right? And goodbye Toxicrack. So, you know, on the first day, I also saw Clefable come in, and I just did not expect Psychic. You just know it as Moonblast, Meteor Mash Pokemon, right? So, yeah, if you were able to catch some things off guard, it's absolutely amazing. I don't think it's going to be a secret for long, right? But they've got a Greninja in the back. This is where we're going to spend our shields, almost always, even though Wigglytuff is super bulky. We're just going to slowly eat away at their sanity by charming, and they're going to top left. This battle is against my Gym Breaker's teammate, and I tried to take a screenshot there and I ended up locking my phone. But we managed to come back in time. So they've got Azu on the lead, and this is... I play this differently, but if it's Hydro Azu, it's going to get me really low, right? And Wormadam, you need it. And especially behind Azu, they're probably going to have Nidoqueen answers, and so our fairies might do well, but it's always scary, right? You never know what's in the back. So I'm going to get a shield back and come into my Clefable here. Again, we probably almost never shield Clefable. We eat a Hydro Pump, and that does a lot. We're going to farm up an extra, and they bring in a Dragalge, and this is amazing, right? Double resisting the Dragon Tails, and they're going to have to throw energy to take us out, and we are going to outpace them here. And I'm just going for a Meteor Mash here because this will take out, and it does, and we get switched. He knows that it's useless for him, right? If he won that matchup, I just get farm on my Wormadam. So I'm not exactly sure. I definitely don't want to go shields down, but I also kind of don't know what's in the back yet, right? The fact that he stays in with Azu makes me realize that he's definitely weak in the back, and it's a Guzzlord. Double weak to Charm. There's no chance he gets him to 2 moves, and easy game. So another Dark Dragon lead. We've got 2 answers in the back, so we just bring in Clefable. Get a bit of lag there. And now in equal effectiveness scenarios, Meteor Mash is quite a bit more energy efficient, so you definitely want to be throwing that. Obviously into the waters or poisons, Psychic is the way to go. So they're going to shield 1, and I'm kind of hoping they bait me here, and they do. So now we're going to get to another one, maybe 2. I'm hoping we can get to 2, but it doesn't look likely. So Venusaur is not a big problem for this team, but you know, now this sets up a nice farm down for our Wormadam, and I just hope they don't get to 2 Shadow Balls. It doesn't look like it. I've lost count now, but I was counting in the game. So I assume that I know that this is a Sand Tomb, and it is. And in comes Zweilous. Now we have to hope. Oh, and they have a Wormadam. And we have a shield advantage here. So we need to just hope that we can get our way through this. I was hesitant to throw there because I didn't want to let them sneak, and I was hoping they'd let me sneak a full charm. And as soon as they throw, I can, throw one and throw on good timing. So they end up no shielding the Disarming Voice. There's no ways we're getting to 2. We lag, but I'm not sure if it was because there was actually a CMP and the game's just broken as hell. And can we farm them down before they get to another move? It looks like it. They end up catching this move. And they end up shielding. I just need to get to a Bug Buzz here. If this is not a Dark Pulse, we live at 100%. It is just the Body Slam, and Wormadam is just far too bulky. So this is probably not going to... Okay, easily KOs. And we managed to farm down the Wormadam and another GG. Guys, I went super positive with this team. I think I went 18-7 in my 5 sets. So yeah, we climbed quite a lot. This I used it again yesterday, and I climbed a bit again, and I'll be streaming that later today. So probably when this goes live, I'll be when this goes on YouTube, I'll be live. If you want to come and say hi, that'll be amazing. So we end up throwing the Bug Buzz because we almost certainly get a shield there, right? And if we don't, we can take that out. Charjabug, we don't have a solid answer for on this team. They bring in Azu. And our best answer for Azu is this Clefable because we outpace a lot and we survive any one move, right? So we can hopefully get a shield or just take switch. Again, I'm saving shields for my Wigglytuff, right? That is almost always the play. Sometimes you want to be shielding your Wormadam, but we end up taking out the Azu, coming out on lower HP. They throw here without farming us down because they're scared we make another move, and this is great, right? So now they've dumped their energy, and I've got 2 shield Wigglytuff. This is kind of our best answer to the Charjabug, and that's another good game. I got a lot of top lefts when revealed Wigglytuff. So they have a Dragalge and they end up swapping in Toxapex, and this is best case scenario because we absolutely want to see the Toxapex on our Wormadam, and we have 2 amazing answers for the dragon in the back. So we're just gonna, we throw 1 Bug Buzz just so they don't get to like a million moves. Toxapex is so thick, and yeah, we take it out. They bring in a Charjabug. I'm gonna bait here because they kind of have to shield this, right? Bug Buzz does so much, and I get the shield, and I'm gonna swap in. They're gonna bring in their Dragalge, and they know it's over. One of those I swap, you swap. I've actually been baited into that a few times, so it's nice to do it to my opponent. This is the last battle. I saw the Venusaur and I was like, oh, great lead. And then they say swap Scissor, and this is such a problem. I kind of have to save the Wormadam for the Venusaur because that walks over our backline. So I think, I resist the charge moves here, so I try and catch here, and the Bullet Punch just does so much damage. We get a shield, but it doesn't matter. They resist all our charge moves. It does a bit. Basically does like the same damage as a counter, but it's a 4-turn move. I'm just going to let the Night Slash go through. They severely outpace us here. So we're going to have to at least let 1 through. Thank God they let that go, and we farm them down before they make a second move. So this is great, but they bring in a worm. And this is just over. I'm going to try and build up a lot and catch a move here. Hopefully this is a Bug Buzz, but I think it's just too little too late, right? It is a Bug Buzz. We don't get the defense fall, which almost every Bug Buzz has been getting a defense fall, for either for me or against me. I don't know what to shield. I feel like I just have to charm this thing. I know they're about at 2, so I want them to throw the second one here, and I can come in, farm this down with Wormadam. But Wormadam is just too low, and there's no ways we're getting to, we probably need like 4 Bug Buzzers to take out their enemy Wormadam, so it's just over. Great lead, but just no responses to the mons in the back. So that's going to be all the battles for today. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.